Hey, what's up everybody? Kenny here, and today I'm gonna be making another, video. It's actually a different video what I'm gonna be doing today. It's not your typical, rainbow video. It still is a rainbow video, but I'm gonna be telling a story pretty much. I want to do one of those storytelling videos because I have a lot of things that happen in my life, literally crazy shit too, that I wouldn't mind telling here, telling you guys the crazy adventures I have been through. Um, so yeah, I wanted to just do something different, see how far this gets, I hope you guys, if you guys like this, if you guys enjoy, make sure you guys drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. I'm gonna keep doing more videos like this. This is the first timer, so there's gonna be a lot of, fails. Like there's gonna be a lot of mistakes I'll be doing because I could just feel it. When I try something like this, I'll just feel it. But hey, we gotta start somewhere, right? So the video I'm gonna be doing today, the story I'm gonna be telling is the time when I did something really stupid in school. Well, actually, like I almost got in deep trouble, pretty much. A time I almost got in trouble at school. And it's actually going to be two stories in one, except that one of them is a little long and the other one is a little short. So, I don't want to just cut the video from there, from a, I don't know how to explain it, but fuck it, let's just get right into the video. So, when it was like back, like in middle school days, back like when I was in sixth grade, pretty much. Uh, I was in this one class, right? There was this one class that I hated so much, man. But it's the thing is why I hate it is because the teachers, the teacher that was in that class will, you know, be on everybody's, nerves. Everybody would just not like this teacher because he would always try to either he would try to embarrass you in the way he talks, or he would be racist too. There would be a time that he would actually be racist, and uh, say a lot of shit about you too, literally. So, you know, the time I was in class, it was on a Friday too, and I was in class. It was my third period class. I remember just sitting down, not doing nothing, pretty much, listening to music in my earphones, and the teacher starts going off on everybody. I don't know why this teacher would do that, but he would just go off on everybody and just start talking shit about anybody. I mean, he would talk shit about me once, a couple of times, but I wouldn't. I would ignore it, because it wasn't nothing serious. It would come out of his mouth for real, for real. So this time was actually a little different because well, he would pretty much say something racist to me, and he was talking shit about other kids, talking about some, how you guys will be just, thrown. You'll be thrown in the street pretty much. You won't be a nobody, like you wouldn't even have a family, you'll be just straight up stupid, and this and that, and half of the females in this class will be, hookers and shit, earning their living off, selling their bodies and stuff like that. And that's kind of like, actually, that's not even kind. That's actually really, pretty messed up things to say. And you know, especially to a minor though, that's not really a good thing to say to a minor. In the sixth grade, yo, like that's fucked up. Most of us are either 12 or 13, sometimes 11 too, and that's still, a child, you could say. And you know that, yeah, that was just fucked up. And I remember, standing out of my seat, and actually confronting him, especially, like, keep in mind that even he said that even to, like, he said the Hispanic people in the class that was in are gonna be like construction workers making like $10 per hour and stuff. Don't get me wrong, man. Construction people that work in construction, yo, they have my respects. Literally, they get paid good. I worked for construction. I'm not gonna lie, I did too. I was an iron worker. They get paid so much money. They're good, yo. Not so much, but like, it's money though. It's good money. More than you get like in a, a store, like a dressing store or anything, a restaurant. You get more in construction, yo. But you know what's it called in the And oh yeah, and then he said, many of you guys are gonna be like toilet cleaners and stuff, cleaning portal potties, all that shit, just messed up things, garden workers and stuff. And then he even said, I'll make sure to remember who you are so you guys could come and, cut my grass and stuff like that. All that, racist things. So, I don't know if you guys could take that as racist. I take it because, he's referring, the fact that he referred to Hispanics, like, he said, Hispanics, the Hispanics in his class, and stuff like that. I was pissed. I was really pissed. So I actually confronted him and said, how do you know that we're going to be doing that kind of stuff? How can you predict somebody's future? Like, you're not even, what are you, God, to be knowing this or something? The guy started going off, and he's like, oh, so you want to start problems too? And I'm like, how am I starting problems too? And I'm speaking straight facts to you, man. I'm not even saying nothing to you, and you're gonna just say this type of stuff to me, and all that shit. I started talking shit to him and stuff, and we were arguing back and forth. We had a good argument and stuff. That I was just pissed. I just stayed quiet. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my time talking to you no more. It's over. Fuck it. Squish it. Squish the beef. So, he has me all pissed and everything. And my friend, I had a friend that was sitting behind me and told me, hey, I dare you, I dare you to beam this cracker at him. It was an animal cracker. Told me to beam it at him. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not gonna do that. That's pretty stupid if I do that shit. I could get in trouble. And he was like, hey, fuck it, he deserves it. My friend was telling me, he was like, he deserves it, yo. He was saying, racist shit to me. And, not many people will stand up to that guy. And I didn't care. In school, I didn't care, because they wouldn't do shit to me either way. So, you know, I grabbed the crack. Well, I didn't. Like, I was thinking about it first, and I look at the crackers. I'm like, you know what, bro? I should throw it at him. But then at the same time, I'm like, nah, man, nah. I'm gonna get in trouble if I get home, because of this and that. I could even get suspended. But then I didn't care, I grabbed the crackers. I grabbed a handful of crackers, and I just ate them. And I looked at him. I'm like, you know what? I better do this. Fuck it. So I grabbed the crackers, and I throw a handful of them. Right as I throw a handful of them, I grabbed one little single cracker, and it was a zebra kind. I remember the cracker perfectly. It was a zebra one, and I beamed it at him, and it hit like right when like he lifted his head up. It hit his head, literally. It was perfect timing. So as he lifted his head, my hand was up in the air in the throwing motion. So yep, I got caught. I admit it. I was like, fuck, yo, I got caught, yo. There's no way for me to lie in here. So I claimed it. I was like, yeah, fuck it. He saw me, so ain't shit to do about it. Then he got pissed, and he's like, for doing that, I'm gonna call the front office and stuff like that. In our class, there was like this button right in our class, and we're in our school, and there's this button on the wall that if you push it, you call the front office pretty much. And it was like in the intercoms pretty much. You talk to them in the intercom. So, he called him, and he said that he needed the staff to come down real quick. So, I was waiting for like a couple of minutes, like 1 minute, and next the staff comes in. And when I see the staff, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this guy. He's really cool. The staff that came in is really cool to me. He's like a really cool guy, yo. When I would get in trouble, he would always like he would lecture me. He wouldn't like tell my parents or anything. He would lecture me and tell me, hey, you can't be doing that. He was a really cool guy, yo. And when I saw him, I'm like, yeah, I'm saved. But then at the same time, though, the guy that was the staff, was in a hurry. So I got out with a couple of other kids too that were doing, they were being bad in class. So it's me, following the staff with a couple other kids, and then out of nowhere, this huge cough comes out of me. Huge cough, yo. It even sounded terrible. And then the guy, right, turns around and he's like, hey, are you okay, man? Like, that was really horrible, yo. It sounds really bad. And I was like, yeah, I'm sick. I really took medicine yesterday, but it's not even working out. He's like, oh no, you're supposed to go to the nurse's office then. Okay, then. Then he was like, okay, so these two go to the main office and you go to a nurse's office. All right, I get it. So I was like, all right, sure, I bet. Let me take me to the nurse's office. So I went to the nurse's office, right? And I'm like, oh my God, yo, I'm gonna get my ass saved if I do this. So then the nurse gives me like a cup of water and stuff and tells me to lay down. And the nurse told me if I needed to call my parents or anything. And I actually said, yes, I need to call my parents. Actually, I'm getting sick. So, And then the nurse actually let me use the phone. So as I used the phone, I called my mom then. And then I told my mom, hey, I'm getting sick. I need to get out of here. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And my throat is hurting. It's sore and pause, no homo. And, my mom said, okay, I'm going to come pick you up right now. As I'm waiting there for like 3 minutes, pretty much 3 minutes, my mom comes in there. They call me that, for early dismissal. I, like happily, like I leave the school, yo. I'm happy as fuck right now because my mom is not gonna know. If my mom knew, man, I would catch an ass whooping, yo. Literally, growing up Hispanic, if you do something that you're not supposed to do in school, you're gonna catch an ass whooping. That's how it is. But I got saved from that ass whooping. I'm going home. I'm cooling, but I actually go to the clinic though that day, and then I get a doctor's note too. So, on the third day, I come back to the school, and when it was time for my third period, I put the doctor's note on the teacher's table and be like, here's my doctor's note. Because of the day I didn't come to school, and he looks at me and he was like, "Weren't you suspended?" And I'm like, "No, I actually went home that day." And I actually went for early dismissal. It was a doctor's. I had to go to the clinic pretty much. And this guy got so mad, man. I could see the madness in his face. He was just pissed because I didn't get suspended, and I was lucky to get out of that situation quickly. And he was just staring at me for a whole complete 2 minutes, man. And I just want to go sit down just with a smile on my face. And then everybody's just looking at me laughing like, oh man, you're fucking wild as shit for doing that. You wild as shit for doing that. Can't believe you done this and this and that. I was like, hey, fuck it, he deserved it though, right? He was being racist, right? So that shit was actually pretty funny. But I actually recommend nobody to do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that at all. You shouldn't be doing that either way at school. Yeah, you don't get in trouble, please. Don't do it. And that was the end of the story, yo. I actually got out of there with no ass whoopings. No ass whoopings. Clean. Pretty much really good. So then the next story I'm about to tell you is the time I actually threw a hard math book notebook. Like, not a notebook, but like one of those math books that are like hard covers. Those big ones. To a teacher. I actually beamed it to a teacher. And this was actually pretty... It was actually pretty cool though, because it was like in the last months. It was in the last month of school pretty much. And at that point we didn't have to come back to school at all or anything like that. And that teacher, he was a sub actually though, but for that sub, on that same day, it was his last day to go there because I think he needed I don't know, he said something about visiting family at his country or some shit like that, one of his second country, you could say. So that day, again, this teacher was a dickhead too, and he was racist. There was a time where we were all taking the test, and he said that once you finish the test, you can lay down, like not lay down, but put your head down on the table, take, a nap, a little nap, be quiet, don't talk at all, draw, read a book, whatever you want to do, and stuff like that. That's all he said. And then, as we all finished the test, we just stay quiet. And keep in mind that in class, I had some ESOL students. If you guys don't know what ESOL is, it's pretty much, foreign kids from other countries that come to the U.S. and they take that class to learn English. So, English and many other things too, not just English, but many other things. And, I had class with one of those kids. And from one of those kids, I was actually friends with one of them, and we come, he lived in the same neighborhood as me, so cool, totally cool guy and everything. And he told one of my friends, one of the Esau friends, told the teacher with a substitute that if he can use his cell phone. He just told him, he just asked him if he can. And the substitute teacher was like, you shouldn't be using your cell phone in class either way. So he was like, no. And he said, matter of fact, let me get your phone. Let me take that phone away from you. Like, you shouldn't be having that with you. So, he takes his phone away. And I'm over here like, what the hell? Like, why would he take his phone away? So I look at him, right? And I'm like, hold up. So he asked you if he could use your phone, but how come literally the whole rest of the class could use their phone? I wasn't using my phone. I was actually drawing. If you guys don't know, I used to like draw a lot in school. I love drawing in school. Everything, that's literally what I did in school. But I told him if he can't use his phone, and he literally asked you, why is everybody in this class using your phone? But the Esau kids can't use their phone though. Why? Why is that? Why does that have to be like that? Then he said, oh, because the Esau kids are not supposed to be using their phone. They're supposed to be learning how to speak English and write English. And I'm like, bro, that's actually, that doesn't work out like that. It's fucked up. And I told him, you could get fired if you say that, right? I could fire you. I could, I was like, you know what? Say it again. Say again what you said. He didn't want to say it again because I think he got caught on. He catched on that I was trying to record him. Because I could literally report them. I actually fired a couple of teachers before, like literally by exposing them with my phone. With of the things they said. But I think he catched on. He saw what I was trying to do, so he didn't say it no more, right? So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna use my phone. Let's see how you like it. So I'm using my phone, and he comes right, and he's telling me to put it away, and he's all up in my face and shit. He comes over, and he like snatches my phone, yo. He snatches it out of my hand, and my phone falls right when he snatches it. My phone falls, and I had a little Android. That shit opened up, and then the battery from the Android goes across the room, and I'm over here like, bro, you fucking broke my phone. Which really, he didn't break my phone. It just opened, and I'm over here trying to find the battery. I find the battery, right, and I'm pissed, yo. I'm like, fuck this, yo. He's not supposed to be doing that shit. So I grabbed the math book, and I threw it at his face. Like, I beamed it at his head. But I was from far away, though. I was all the way in the back of the class, and I threw it at him. I ran up there quick, grabbed the phones, and I run out of school. Like, I run to that classroom, and there, I'm done. Fuck it. I take my friend's phone, too, and we run out. And we're cooling. We're going home. There, no more school from that time. We didn't went back to school because we were not supposed to go to school no more. It was done. So, that was it. That was in the stories. I don't recommend none of you guys doing this. Don't do it at all. Please don't do it. Don't get in trouble. And, be good in school.